Hello everyone, welcome to another beer review here from the Czech Republic. Thank you very much for joining, thank you for watching. Today I would like to speak about a beer that is very much on the bitter side compared to probably the majority of other beers, of other Czech beers. And the beer I would like to talk about today is the Radegast Ratar. Radegast Ratar is a 10 degree kind of draft beer, as it's called in the Czech Republic. It comes with 4.3% alcohol content, made using Polaris hops, and it's got 50 IBUs. So obviously, if you are into your bitter beers, if you love bitter beers, this one is probably one for you. Because it really is bitter, and in fact the Radegast brewery, they are using the kind of marketing slogan "Life is bitter," which really seems to be matching this beer quite well. Maybe a bit about Radegast. Radegast is a brewery that does belong to the Pilsenski Prastroj group of breweries. So it's Radegast, Gambrinos, Kozel, Pilsner Urquell, Birel, and the Pivovar Proud, which is a kind of smaller brewery, but they're still belonging to that group. They're from Novosice, which is in the very northern part of the Czech Republic, in the Frýdek-Místek region. So if you're ever in that part of the country, maybe stop by Novosice and take a look at the brewery. I believe they're doing brewery tours, and they also have a brewery shop there, where you can buy some merchandise, and of course you can taste the beer. So it's worth a visit. The name Radegast, it comes from a from the Slavic god that's named Radegast. Radegast was the god of, if I'm not wrong, harvest, crops, hospitality, and abundance, if I'm not completely wrong now. And the name Ratar is actually, or was inspired by the Ratar tribe of people whose god was Radegast. So very interesting story there, but let's not talk too much about names and so on and so forth. I just thought I would maybe give you that information as well. Let's see what the beer is like. Today I'm using my Radegast glass. As I mentioned with the Gambrinos review that I did the other day, it's a very similar glass to the Gambrinos. You can see the same handle, just the difference is the Radegast logo and the Radegast writing. And again, it's nicely white, really nice for drinking a good beer. So let's give this a go. Ooh, there's already very fresh aroma coming from this. I really enjoy it. So let's take a look how it compares to some of the other beers from the Czech Republic, particularly on the bitterness part. But then maybe also on the look and feel, which is for me very important. I really do appreciate a nice kind of golden color and a kind of thick foamy head. And it's what this beer kind of really gives us. Now it's a bit too much foam on it, unfortunately. It's my bad pouring again, but there you go. Still, it is a very, very nice looking beer. The kind of dark golden color, the thick foamy head, and when I look at it, it really is a kind of creamy foamy head. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I can show you without spilling the beer, but it really is a nice creamy head that's sitting on top of it, and it's really just beautiful and attractive to look at. But what I'm really curious about now is the bitterness of this. So I will just give this a go and then let you know. Na zdraví. Yeah, I mean, Radegast are not over promising anything when they're saying life is bitter. because this one is really, really bitter. And it's not a bitterness that kind of kicks in, at some point. It's a bitterness that is very much there from the beginning. And even now, while I have been talking already for a couple of seconds, I can still feel that bitterness kind of coming through. And I think this is absolutely amazing. This is a 10-degree beer, so it's very light bodied, very easy to drink, and it comes with 4.3% alcohol content. So it's a beer that you can have multiple of on a hot summer day as a refreshment, because apart from the bitterness that I have just really felt, it also has that really refreshing element to it, which is great, particularly on a hot summer day. Now, it hasn't been as hot today here in the Czech Republic as it was in the last couple of days. I think today we had around like 25, 26 degrees here in the northwest of the country. It was raining a bit, which is great, because, for cooling down, and also for our garden and, things like that. But even if it would have been, a hot day today, I think this would have been a really good go-to beer to get refreshed. But what really stands out here in this beer is the bitterness. There isn't much else that I can say about this beer, because nothing else is really coming through. Now, for some people, that might be a really bad thing, when you don't get different elements of a beer. At least for me personally, I didn't get too many other elements here apart from the bitterness, because in the very beginning, it just kicks in immediately. It doesn't, you don't have to wait for it. You don't have to search for it. It is right there with the first sip. And as I said, after I finished drinking and started talking, the bitterness was still there. And, in fact, I can still feel it a little bit now. So, that aroma. So it's really, really nice bitter beer. And when Radegast says life is bitter, they really mean business with this beer. Absolutely fantastic. So if you are into your bitter beers, Radegast Ratar is probably the one you want to go for, if it is available to you in your country, or of course here in the Czech Republic it is. Absolutely beautiful. I really love it. Great stuff. Really, really great stuff. Really, really well done. So, given that some of the Radegast beers, or particularly one of the Radegast beers, is a beer that I don't really fancy too much on any kind of day, which is the Radegast 10, the Radegast Rajna. This is also a 10, but it's just a perfect 10, and it's got so much flavor in terms of, that bitterness, that hot bitterness, that's really nicely coming through. I really appreciate this, and I would really, really recommend this. Again, in the Czech Republic, this beer is available in any supermarket. It's available in bottles and the can. So you will get this anywhere you want. Some of the e-shops have it. So beerdom.cz, for example, has it as well. So you can order it online and get it shipped to your country if you are based in the European Union. And it's not an overly priced beer either, so it's a kind of mid-range beer. I really enjoy it. I can only recommend it, particularly if you're into your bitter beers. This is really a good one to try. So, give it a go. And if you do, let me know in the comments. Any feedback, any criticism is also welcome in the comments. Subscribe to my channel for more beer reviews. And I will see you next time with another beer review from a brewery in Hodov, which is kind of on the other side of the Czech Republic, in the most western part of the country, very close to Mariánské Lázně. But more about that in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.